Hi everyone, it's Lauren, and I know I did a book haul recently. I did a very big book haul recently, but then it was my birthday, so I got a few more books. So I thought I'd just do a very short little mini book haul for what I got for my birthday and around that general time. And then I promise no more book hauls. I'll just stop getting books. So the first one that I have here today is a present from Will's auntie, which is Swimming Lessons by Claire Fuller. And this is such a good shout from her. I didn't ask for this book, but I really wanted to read it. So it's fantastic that I got it for my birthday. Claire Fuller wrote Our Endless Numbered Days, which I haven't read, but this is her second book, and it is about a mother who goes missing or leaves, presumed dead, and she's left letters for her husband throughout all of his unread books, I think, in his house. And I know a few people have read this and really enjoyed it, so this was a fantastic choice. Really looking forward to this one. The next two books were birthday presents from the lovely Simon at Savage Reads, and he's given me a couple of really interesting picks actually. So the first one is What Belongs to You by Garth Greenwell. I've not read any Garth Greenwell, so this is really interesting. This is about a man who's a teacher, I think, who ends up paying for sex with another man that he finds in a bathroom. But it's about sort of growing up as gay in the south of America in the 1990s. So very interested in this one. And the second one was such a good choice. So it was The Decline of the Great Auk, According to One Who Saw It by Jessie Greengrass, which is a book of short stories. This book has been on my wish list, or my little list that I have on my phone of all the books I want to read, for ages. I cannot remember whose channel I saw this on now. I feel like maybe Mercedes, I might be making that up, but this has been on my list for ages because I heard someone talk about it and thought it sounded really interesting. I can't remember now why I thought it sounded interesting, but when I opened it from Simon, I was just like, this is like brilliant. Now I've got it, I've wanted it for a while. The 12 stories in this startling collection range over centuries and across the world. There are stories about those who are lonely or estranged or out of time. There are hauntings, both literal and metaphorical, and acts of cruelty and neglect, but also of penance. So it sounds really interesting. It says occasionally funny and certainly tragic. So I then have some poetry collections which were gifted to me from Jen Campbell. So the first one is Odes by Sharon Olds. Now this one is the poetry collection which has like an ode to a pubic hair, I think. It definitely has like ode to menstrual blood. Here we go. Each one is ode to something, ode to thought. It's and blowjob ode, lovely. And yeah, this comes highly recommended from her, and a very nice little birthday present. And the second collection she got me was What We Buried, which are poems by Caitlin Seal, I think. And this, I don't know if you can see this on camera, but it's like a black and white etching almost of a circus, and you've got kind of elephants at the bottom there and a little lighthouse at the top. So this is very beautiful. And well, you never know with poetry collections, do you? I don't really have anything to say about it until I've actually read it. The next two very mini little books were gifts from my best friend Stephen, and these are two books from the Penguin Great Ideas series, which is a series, it's 40 books I think in all, and they're all different little specific ideas written by different people. So the first one that I have here is Eichmann and the Holocaust by Hannah Arendt, which is about is inspired by the trial of a bureaucrat who helped cause the Holocaust and insisted that he be absolved of all guilt because he was only following orders. And the second one is The Myth of Sisyphus by Albert Camus, which has the very famous phrase, "There is but one truly serious philosophical problem, and that is suicide." So I think he just enjoyed both of these writings while he was at uni. So these are very thoughtful little gifts. I then have some second-hand sci-fi books which were lent to me by my really good friend Kate, and we did a little bit of a book swap. So she came and took some books that I have, which I have plenty of, let's be honest, and she lent me some science fiction books. I don't really read very much sci-fi at all. I did read Ancillary Justice a few months ago. Now I think that was the only sci-fi book I've ever read actually, and then Kate suggested that I read some more of the classic stuff to help me get into it. So she has very kindly lent me Slaughterhouse 5 by Kurt Vonnegut. I've got Philip K. Dick here, A Scanner Darkly. Is that what this is? Yes, it's kind of darkly. I don't know what she's given me. And also I, Robot by Asimov. So these are I just really love these. They're so cool. They're so like 80s, some of these covers. And they're all very well loved and well worn. So I'm looking forward to reading some of that, especially as it comes recommended. And finally, to go with the theme of my mini book haul, I have been very kindly sent some vintage minis by Vintage Books. And this is again another set of books which follows ideas written by specific authors. So the three books that they've sent me are Fatherhood by Karl of Kosnosgard, oh dear, Psychedelics by Aldous Huxley, and Death by Julian Barnes. So I'm not sure what they're trying to say about me there. But there are so many other titles as well. There's like Race by Toni Morrison, Home by Salman Rushdie, Babies by Anne Enright, Love by Jeanette Winterson, Summer by Laurie Lee. Like there's kind of the whole range of things. Eating by Nigella Lawson. Little different ideas about different parts of life, all the way from birth up until death, which are all taken from previously published works by these authors. So that's a really nice little idea. I love these kind of sets that publishers do, where you get all the little different ideas, exactly the same as the Penguin Great Ideas one. I just think it's really nice, and especially if you want to collect them all. So that's it, I'm done with hauls now, or hauls, buying, receiving books. No, I've got to read them. That is now my mission. So I would love to hear from you if you've read any of these already, and I will see you in my next video, which will not be a haul. I promise you I will have read some of them by the time I do another video. See you later, bye!